What's good, YouTube? I'm Robert with the Crosscut Creations channel. Today, we've got mail. A couple weeks ago, I was at the Mid-Ohio Valley Pen Turners gathering that I have a video on. I did that a few weeks back, and I met some incredible people. And through Facebook afterwards, I had posted through Facebook and Instagram that I had turned my first Wall Street 2 pen and my first deer antler bolt action pen. One of the guys from the show, his name's Bennie Ray Watkins Jr. from Woodpecker's Landing, contacted me and said, "Hey, I'll send you some blanks and some kits to try out if you're interested." So we exchanged information, and right now this is what came in the mail. He said I threw in some pen blanks and a few kits, so I did cheat. I did open it off camera just to see what's in there. So I will unbox this and we'll be right back. We are back, and here is what Bennie Ray Watkins Jr. sent me. He included a bunch of red cedar blanks that I can cut up and make into smaller pieces because some of these are a little thick, but that's okay because I can definitely work with that. So this is all red cedar. This piece is red cedar. There's this piece of blue maho. I've never heard of anything like that. I'll have to do some research, or if you know what it is, leave me a comment below. But I'm definitely intrigued by this one because it's this bluish gray color that I find extremely fascinating. So I'll be doing some research on that one. There's a blank of Spanish cedar. That looks fantastic. I can't wait to turn that one. This sumac is equally as impressive. It's got some interesting coloring in it. Some zebra wood. Magnolia. Some curly maple. And then there's some Royal Mahogany, Cuban Mahogany, Santa Maria. There's a couple Brazilian walnut blanks here. Let's move the camera this way a little bit. Cocobolo. There's some Sapele, and then the ones that I couldn't get over, just how gorgeous they were this Spalted Hickory. And this is what I'm going to be doing the video on today. He sent this Spalted Hickory that I just think looks absolutely incredible. So I'm going to take this piece of Spalted Hickory, and I'm going to turn it into one of the pen kits that he sent me. He sent me 3 Monarch kits, and from what I can gather, I don't remember who the companies were, but if I remember the story right, the Monarchs, the Wall Street 2s, and the Sierras, those are all the same kit. They're just different names because one company branded the name but not the design, so other companies took the design. That's my understanding of it. So I have the bushings for the Wall Street 2s, so that means I also have the bushings for the Monarchs. Bennie Ray Watkins sent me a gold chrome kit. He sent me a copper and black chrome kit, and he sent me a chrome and gunmetal kit. So in today's video, I'm going to be turning this piece of Spalted Hickory into a pen with the chrome and gunmetal kit. So if you want to see how I do this. Stick around.
Here I am marking for the tube length that I'm going to, where I'm going to take the blank over to the bandsaw and cut it, and I'm also at this point scuffing up the tube so the glue can stick to the tube when I insert it into the blank. After I make my mark on my blank, I cut the blank to size at the bandsaw. And now I drill the hole for the tube. I'm a little off center here, so in a later step I'm going to take this to the sander and I'm going to clean it up a bit. After we drill the hole, we apply some medium CA to the tube and then insert the tube into the blank. I trim the excess off at the bandsaw and then finish barrel trimming off camera. Here's the point where I realized I was a little off center, so I took the blank to the sander to try to even it out a little bit so turning wouldn't be too bad, and this worked pretty well. And once we started turning, it really went pretty smoothly. It just took a little bit of time. I just want to thank Bennie Ray Watkins Jr. for all the support he's given me through our networking, and the woodworking community is amazing. The connections I've made have been unbelievable, and everybody is just so supportive, so I can't thank him enough for what he's done for me in the short amount of time that I have known him and that we have known each other. After I finished turning the pen down to the bushings, I, for the camera, just did a very quick sanding, but off camera I sanded through the grits, 60 grit, 120, 220, 400, and 1000, and then I put some denatured alcohol on the blank just to clean it up and to give myself a preview of what the blank would look like with some finish on it. After I did that, I put a CA finish on the blank. I did 2 coats of medium followed by 3 coats of thin, and then on the final coat I shot some activator just to solidify everything. After I CA finished the blank, I used the micro mesh pads to even everything out and make the pen nice and smooth, and this worked really well. Up through 12,000 grit. After micro mesh, I put some Hut Ultra Gloss polish on the blank. Wax on, wax off. And here we are pressing the pen kit into the blank. For whatever reason, I couldn't quite get the top end, the cap, to line up and align straight, but after I worked with it a little bit, this went in pretty easy. I didn't really have too much issue at all assembling this pen. After I assembled the top, I put the spring on the refill, and then I tested out the action by putting the transmission onto the pen, tested it out, and the pen went together super smooth.
Thanks for hanging out with me today. This pen was a lot of fun. I know I've turned quite a few pens, and I've had quite a few turning projects in the last few videos, but honestly it's becoming one of my favorites to do, and I can't seem to get enough of it. I enjoy pens and small projects thoroughly. Here's a shot of the completed pen. Again, this is a Monarch kit from the Classic Nib. The wood is Spalted Hickory, and I love the way it looks. I can't get over how beautiful this wood looks, and it was easy to work with, and I love the way it feels. I love the way it looks. I personally think it's really cool. This was just an absolute dream. I want to thank Bennie Ray Watkins Jr. from Woodpecker's Landing for supplying the blank and the kit for me today. He was generous enough to send me the blanks at the beginning of the video, and the blank that I turned in the video was one of his. He's a super great guy. Check him out. I'll have links in the description to his social medias. I believe it's Facebook, and I'll have his contact information in the description. Check him out. Give him a call. He's a super great guy. And just make sure you tell him I sent you and you found him through me. If you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you comment, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next time.